Hello everyone. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Thank you for joining me on this 6 weeks of 12 weeks of Stampmas. So what is Stampmas? Is stamping plus Christmas. So every Sunday at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go live and I show you how to create two holiday cards, Christmas cards, projects. Today we are featuring the Nutcracker tags kit, and I'm going to make 2 of the Nutcracker tags, plus I'm going to show you 2 alternative projects with using the Nutcrackers. So currently the Nutcracker tag kit is unavailable, which means it's sold out, but it will be coming back hopefully sometime soon. So if you go to my online store and you click on the link, there is an option for you to enter an email for you to be notified when the kit is back on the store. So if you want to do that, go in, put in your email address, and they will send you a notification when the kit is back online, so that way you can promptly go to the store, to my online store, and purchase one for yourself. That is a great new feature that Stampin' Up! Has provided for us, just to let us know when things are back in stock. So let me tell you a little bit of what I have been doing this week. So I just got back from my 4-day fall craft retreat that was held in Red Oak, Texas, which is about 30 minutes from where I live in Grand Prairie, Texas. It's not that far from me, but it is a lovely house. We had some attendees, some crafters join me. We made some holiday cards, we made some fall cards and some birthday cards. Plus, we had a lot of conversation, we laughed, we watched a whole bunch of movies, we shared projects that we were working on. We learned a lot of tips. We learned a lot of new little ways to do some scrapbooking and things like that we shared amongst ourselves. And of course, we had a lot of food to share. So it was a great time. We were there from Thursday until today, Sunday, so 4 days. And it was a fun, relaxing time. And my next craft retreat will be in the spring. The theme is Be Our Guest, and it's going to be in April of 2026. So more information, and also the link will be coming out soon to get you signed up. There is limited availability for the retreat. Only 7 crafters can attend, plus myself, so 8 total. So it fills up quick. So if you would like to join me and would like to try out a craft retreat, if you haven't done so in the past, this is a great time to go. Hopefully it will be, I still have to confirm the date, but I'm looking at the week after Easter, which is April 9th through the 12th. But I will confirm that this week and get the link out. So if you want to join me, you can do a deposit of $50 to hold your spot, and then pay the rest of it by March 15th of next year. Or you can pay in full as soon as you sign up, so you know that you have a spot at the craft retreat. I also have another craft retreat coming up in July, and it's going to be the last week of July, which is the 30th until August the 2nd. Also Thursday through Sunday at the same location in Red Oak, Texas. And the theme for this one is crafts and charms. So there's going to be a theme for that one also. And my last craft retreat for next year is going to be in the fall. I have not set the dates yet or looked at the calendar, but it's going to be sometime in October. So again, probably about the same time frame as this. So if you're interested and can't make one but can make the other, then please sign up. I will be sending out the links as soon as I get them done. For the 2 craft retreats that I have already set, I'll work on the 3rd one, so you can join me sometime next year during our craft retreat. So I'm going to turn my camera now down to my table. You're going to see my ceiling fan for a few seconds. I'm going to talk about something that Stampin' Up! Has going on for the entire month of October, which is a great opportunity for everyone. And there is my ceiling fan. And this is my craft table. So this is our mini catalog, but I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes. So right now, during the month of October, Stampin' Up! Has a great starter kit special. What is a starter kit? It means that you join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator. But there is never any obligation to sell or do this as a business. You can just purchase your own supplies at a discounted rate. So there's two options for the starter kit if you're interested. The first one is you can choose up to $125 worth of product and only pay $35 plus tax. Shipping is free. Or the second option is you choose $189 and only pay $99 plus tax. Shipping is free on anything that you choose. You will also receive a free past paper pumpkin kit and some business material, which again you don't have to use if you don't like to, but some of those business materials do include catalogs, so that you can have one for yourself. There's more information on my Facebook page if you would like to join, or if you have some questions for me, you can send me a message through Facebook Messenger, or you can send me an email at picrafters@yahoo.com, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. But this sale, or this starter kit special, ends October 31st. And so if you want to take advantage of this, this is a great way to get a lot of product for a little bit of money. So it's one of the best offers that I have seen in my 12 years of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So if you'd like more information on this, or if you would like to join, you can either scan the QR code now, or you can go to my Facebook page and you can look at the links that I have there. Plus the banner on my Facebook page also is this flyer. So there's a lot of ways to get more information on this, or you can also go to my online store. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about our mini catalog. Our mini catalog is from September to December of 2025. We also have our annual catalog that has most of our products. But this mini catalog comes out during the holiday season, and it has a lot of our Christmas stamp sets. It has a lot of new scrapbooking designer paper and some kits and everything that is seasonal plus some. So there's great products in here. Just to tell you a little bit about our sweet collection. So this one is Jolly Delivery, and there is a sweet. So the sweet collection is one code, which is this code right here, for everything that you see here. Now, if you only wanted to buy the designer paper, you can buy it individually. If you only want to buy the stamp set, you can buy that individually. Or if you want the stamp set and the dies, you can do a bundle. But everything will have its own code. The suite just lets you pick everything at one time with just one code. Or if you would like to, like I said, buy everything separately, you can also do that. So that's the beauty of suites. And there's several in here, and also several in the annual catalog, which makes it really easy to get everything that is coordinating in with this stamp set and dies. This is a very lovely suite right here also. And it's called Lights of Aurora. So there's plenty of those in there. If you do not have a catalog and you would like one, please send me a message and I will get one in the mail for you. Or you can view everything on my online store. But sometimes you just like to have a catalog in your hands because it's easier to take with you. So let's get to the project that we're doing. So this is the Nutcracker Tags Kit. The kit comes with 4 designs, 3 of each, so 12 tags total. So you will get everything that you see here. These are the instructions for the tags for the kit. And so the first page tells you exactly what each Nutcracker is going to use. And I'll show you how they come when you get your kit. So for example, for number 1, you'll use this Nutcracker with the word believe. You got the little crown, you got the holly, you got the little mustache, you've got the Granny Apple Green striped banner there, and then of course the twine, the black twine. You also, if you can see this, you also get dimensionals and glue dots included in the kit. So it tells you you're going to need 3 of dimensionals and 3 glue dots. On the second page, it shows you exactly where to place the dimensionals, and it shows you where to place the glue dot. So this will go behind the holly, and then it shows you the length of the twine that you're going to cut, which is 12 inches. And then it shows you the end nutcracker with everything already on it. And also, if you don't have a ruler handy, there is a ruler right down here so that you can cut your twine. So the third page, of course, the second page has 2 nutcrackers, and then the third page has the other 2 nutcrackers. And then on the back of the instructions, it also has a list of all of the coordinating colors that are in this set. So when you want to do alternative projects, you can match it up with some of our cardstock that we have. And this particular kit has basic black, garden green, granny apple green, pecan pie, poppy parade, shy shamrock, and gold. And there's also 2 QR codes. One is for US beginner. So if you're a beginner, you can scan that QR code and it takes you to learning the basics of stamping. And then you also have another SU Kits QR code that takes you to watch detailed instructions on how to put this kit together. And of course, this is everything that you receive. So let me show you what you get. So these are going to be the nutcrackers, and you have the 4, and there's going to be 3 of these sheets because there's 3 of each, 12 total. So you get those 4, and I've already used some of the hollies on my other projects, but you do receive one of these, and this has all of the 12 hollies that you're going to need. And we're going to use 2 of these for our nutcracker, and then we're going to use 2 for the alternative projects. Then you receive a sheet of the sentiments in different languages. So of course the top one is English, and the other ones are French, I believe, and I believe German. I'm not sure what the other one is, but you have all of, if depending on what you would like, you can use any of the languages. So you have all of those, and of course I'm going to use the English ones, and then the other ones I could keep or I could give to someone that might use them. And then you will receive this sheet right here with all of the banners in the different colors for each nutcracker. Plus you will get a little pieces of the nutcracker that you will add dimensionals to kind of pop it up, so you can add some dimension to all the nutcrackers. And these are the pieces that have the gold on them also. Okay, so that's, and then you also get the black twine, and you also get some mini dimensionals and some glue dots. And of course I've already used some of these mini dimensionals. So I'm going to choose the 2 nutcrackers that I will be creating, which is going to be this one here, the pink one. And I say pink because the outline, the outer is pink. And then I'm going to be using this one here. So these are the 2 that I will be creating. And I can go by the instructions, but I also have these already made. So I'm just looking at the sample that I have. So I'm going to need one of these, and I'm going to put them together by the nutcracker that it goes with. So that goes with that. And of course the boots. Boots with the fur. Let me stop that. Okay, so we're going to use this one for that. So these are all the pieces for this nutcracker. And then the other one that we're going to use is this one right here. I'm going to do that, and the little beard, the green banner, and the word is cheer for this one. And for the other one, it's going to be sending joy. So I'm going to put those. Oh, and I forgot this one is going to be, is it the green one? This one here. use that one. Put those aside. Okay. So these are going to be quick and easy. I'll show you how quickly we can put these together. So I'm going to use my pick tool because I'm going to punch out the little circle here, which is where the twine is going to go. And the beauty of this kit in particular is that there is no stamping. The words are already there for you, so there's no stamping involved. There's no ink. No mess on your hands with this one. So I'm going to use 12 inches. And do I have a ruler? I do, up here. So that's 12, and since I know I'm going to need 2, I'm just going to cut another one out. Same length. Put that aside. Now we're going to match up the holes on the top of the Nutcracker with the banner. Just put it through there. Match up the twine on the top, and then just make a knot. And this will hold the Nutcracker together. And of course, these tags, you can use them on gifts. You can, if you would like to, you can also hang them on a Christmas tree. You can do a lot of things with these. We're going to get our dimensionals here. We're going to add dimensionals on the back of the words, the beard, and the hat. So I'm going to add 2 dimensionals, 1 for the beard because it's small. And part of the word cheer, or and to the last year, is going to be off of the Nutcracker. So I just want to put dimensionals on this side. And I do have to pop up this little piece right here. Put one there. And I'm probably using more dimensionals than I should, but you know, I like dimensionals. Take off the backing on all of them. So we're going to add the beard first, and the beard just goes right over his current beard. Also the hat just goes right over his current hat. And then the words go right next to the drum. And we're going to add a glue dot, and I'm going to use my pick tool to grab the glue dot, add it to the back of the holly, take the backing off, and this is going to go right behind his boots. And we are done with the Nutcracker. So now we're going to do this one. Same thing, we're going to punch this out. That went really quickly. I'm going to do the same thing with the twine first. Thread it through the hole. And make a knot. Okay, so we're going to add behind the hat, behind her boots, and behind the words, we're going to add some dimensionals. 2 for the boots, 2 for the hat, and for the words, half of sending is going to be on the Nutcracker, half is not. And also the Y is not going to be on the Nutcracker. So just make sure that we don't add dimensionals over there. Now, if you run out of dimensionals like I did here, that is no problem because we use all of this. So make little cuts and use all parts of these dimensionals. then one up here. And now we're going, oh, let me start with the hat and the boots. So the boots have the little gold on them, so does the hat. And then take this off. Behind Sending Joy. And this is going to go right above the boots. And the word send is going to go on her hands. And then we're going to add a blue dot to the back of the holly. Take off the backing. And this also will go right here underneath her boots. And those are the two nutcrackers. Didn't take me long to do those two. Again, you can use them for your gifts. You can do the to and from on the back or hang them on your Christmas tree. Use them as decoration. And you get 12 of these. So 3 of each. Yes, 3 of each, 4 different nutcrackers. So 12 total. Now we're going to go to all our alternative projects. With the alternative projects, I am going to be using the Christmas Tags and More designer series paper. This is the mix and match. So if you're not familiar with this set, so these are some of the designer papers that we have. You have these. These right here are punch outs, perforated decor. You can punch those out, but we're not going to be using any of those. Then you can cut these out and for 6 different cards, or you can use the back. You get 4 of those. This one is the one we're going to be using for our alternative card. And then here's the backing. And then you have the plaid and the back of that. So we're going to be using that. So I'm going to put those to the side. And so we're going to start off with one of the nutcrackers. So this is our basic white cardstock cut in half. So 5.5 by 8.5. Then you fold it in half, and let me get my bone folder to make that crease. This is our Granny Apple Green cardstock. That's going to be the first layer. And then I'm going to need to cut this out. So I'm going to get my trimmer. So this is a 6 by 6. So I am going to trim it down to 4 by 5.5. I'm sorry, 5.25. And this is just going to be layered right here on top of this one. So let me get my adhesive. And sometimes we don't like to trim or cut our designer paper because of the image that's on the image that's on the other side. You know, that's why they give us so many of the same kinds of paper in the stack, because you can trim this and still have more with the other side. So no worries there. So both sides are equally lovely. So now we're going to add this on. And now I am going to bring in this nutcracker right here. And this holly. I'm still going to use the same words that are in the original design. So this one is believe. And I'm going to use the banner, the mustache, and the crown. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to trim the banner to 4 inches, or yeah, 4 inches, because it's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna measure from this side because I want the gold. So 4 inches, and cut the top off. And now we're gonna add this to our card front. And you're gonna wanna leave about maybe 1/4 of an inch at the bottom. And remember, if you comment on this video, you are in the drawing to receive the projects that I create. So you'll receive the 2 cards plus the 2 nutcrackers. Oh, can't get my nutcracker. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to do with the nutcracker is I'm going to cut off the this little part right here, and I'm just going to follow the shape of the little top of his hat, that curve. Just cut that piece off. And I'm just going to add adhesive and attach it to our card front. And I add it right here. Then we're going to, on the back of Believe, we're going to add some dimensionals. Oh, so this one has a couple pieces that we need to punch out. There's one. And there's 2. Oh, there it is. It's like, I know I had a dimensional in my hand. Make some more cuts. So I'm going to add about 5 dimensionals, and then some down here on these curves. I'm going to take those off. And we're going to add the word right up here on his boot. And now we're going to add dimensionals on the back of both leaves. And we're going to add a little bit of adhesive on the back, because that part is going to go right on the word Believe. So we want to make sure that it is on there with adhesive. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Wick of Stella pen. So if you're not familiar with Wick of Stella, this is a glitter pen. And I'm just going to add some glitter right there to make it shiny. And that is our first alternative card. Oh, nope, I forgot. Oh my God, I can't mess with the gold. I forgot the mustache. And then his crown. So I'm going to add 2 dimensionals. And his mustache. Mustache right above the other one. Just give him some dimension. And of course the crown has the gold on it. All right, now we're done. So that's our first alternative project. So let's do the second one. The second one, as I mentioned, we're going to be using this designer paper. And we're also going to be using garden green. So this is the other half of my cardstock, my 8.5 by 11. So this measured at 8.5 by 5.5, fold in half. This is going to be our first layer. And this measures at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And now we're going to cut this down to 4 5 1/4. So let me get my trimmer. So first we want to cut this piece off right here. Now this, from the edge of this piece to this piece is 4 1/4. So we want it at 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim 1/8 from this side. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to be even. And I'm going to trim this at 4. So now it's even. It's even on both sides. And I'm going to cut this part off since we don't need that. So this is going to be 5 1/4. And put these to the side. And these are just pieces that you can discard. However, if you want to use this piece right here for something else, keep this piece and just trim this off. And you can use that for something else. So this is going to go right here, and we're just going to attach it to the card base. Go to the first layer. Then we're going to attach it to the card base. Okay, so that is our card base. Now we're going to get our Nutcracker. Let me get all the pieces. So I'm going to punch out the hat and the beard, but I'm not going to use the banner. The banner is going to be used for something else. So here's my Nutcracker. Okay. And the word is for you. And then the last piece is the holly. Okay. So on this Nutcracker, because it has the outline and another color that I think does not go well with garden green, if I were to put it here, what I did is I fuzzy cut it, or fuzzy cut the outline off of it. So I'm going to trim this, and this might be the hardest part or the most tedious part of it, of making this card, is just trimming that off as much as possible without cutting too much of the Nutcracker off. And if you leave a little bit of it behind, that's okay, which I am going to do because I'm not going to be able to cut every intricate detail off of here. But cut as much as possible. And this is what we call fuzzy cutting. We have dies, we have punches, but when you have to cut something by hand, we refer to it as fuzzy cutting. So if you're not familiar with that term, we use it a lot. And see, in between the boots, I'm not going to cut that off. I'm just going to leave that there. That's too much detail for me to be cutting off. So I'm just going to continue around his jacket. Almost done. And his ribbons, his cords, and then the hair. Now, if you cut too much of the hat, don't worry about it, because we have a hat that's going to go over this one. Okay, easy peasy. So now we have the hat and the beard, so we're going to add dimensionals behind that. We're also going to add dimensionals behind the holly. So let me grab my dimensionals here and just make cuts. Ooh. Holly. And then the hat, I'm going to put 2. And if you joined late, the reason I'm cutting the dimensionals because I ran out of the actual dimensionals, but we use every single part of that. Do not throw the outside away, the outer part. Okay, so the holly is going to go, well, let me put the Nutcracker first. So the Nutcracker will go on dimensionals. Ooh. And cut a lot of these out. I put 4 down and then on his shoulders. Take the backing off. And we're going to place the Nutcracker right on top of the leaves. Do the hat. And the beard with the mustache right on top of the other one. And now we can put this holly because now we know how much space we have left. And I'm going to do the same thing. Get my wick of Stella pen. Put some wick of Stella. That is kind of, I think I need something there. So let me grab a dimensional. Just to make it sturdy. There we go. I like that. Okay. Now the last thing is the for you. Now I was going to add it just like this, but it kind of blends in. So what I've done, and I do this a lot, since we don't have a die for this, I am going to add adhesive. And I'm going to do some more fuzzy cutting. I'm just going to add it here. And I'm going to trim as close as I can to the words, just to create an outline by fuzzy cutting. It doesn't have to be precise as far as all of the little indentions, but do the best you can. And do try to keep it at the same length. This little part right here. I need the little. And there you go. So now when you put it on there, you can see it. So now we're going to add some dimensionals to this. And the ones that flew away, I'm going to use those. There's 1. 2. And I'm going to add 4. This is going to go right here for you. And that's it. That is our second alternative project for the Nutcracker. Did I lose the other card? I sure did. Okay, where did I leave my other card? It was just right here. Oh, there it is. Okay, So these are the two cards that we made, the alternative projects with the Nutcrackers. These are the Nutcrackers that we created, just as the instructions stated. But let me show you the other projects that I did. Okay. So these are the ones that someone is going to win if they comment on this video. So these are the two Nutcrackers that I use on the alternative projects, and this is what they look like, just similar to the other ones. Believe you've got the holly right behind there, and this one also. But I also made a couple more alternative projects with the other holly Nutcrackers and banners. So remember the banner that I didn't use? So when I did the alternative projects, there was a couple of banners, and this is from the designer paper. If you remember this little piece right here, I cut this at 1 inch. Is it 1 inch or 1.5 inches? This is 1 1/4. So these are 1 1/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inches. And so I cut this one at 1 1/4 inches, and that one also. But I also varied the length of them so that you could see that it was a tier up. And this right here, there is a, on this card, this is also an alternative project, I didn't use the gold. So when I cut the gold off, I trimmed it and then added it to the bottom of this piece. So all three of them have gold. And so this is the other alternative project using the other two. So joy, cheer. So these are the 4 alternative projects using the 4 Nutcrackers. And of course, if you comment on this video, you are in the drawing to win these 2 plus the 2 Nutcrackers that we made during the live. Ooh, one of these. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I know this was quick because the kit itself has everything that you need, all the instructions. Like I said, there is no stamping with this kit. We have several other kits that are just the same. So if you're interested in something quick and easy, or if you're a beginner stamper, or you want to give something to as a Christmas gift, possibly a birthday gift, there's a lot of kits on our online store that you're more than welcome to look through. And I'm pretty sure one of them fits you or someone you know as a beginner crafter. These are really easy. All the instructions are there. Everything that you need is in the package, in the kit. And like I said, this is no stamping at all. So quick and easy, great for the holidays. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my live today. Again, comment on this video during the if you're watching the replay to be in the drawing to win the cards that I made plus the 2 tags. So there's 4 for this week. And I will see you all next Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time for more 12 Weeks of Stampmas. Thank you so much for joining me.